There's nothing better than having a clean CRM with admins who should be admins and salespeople who should be salespeople, service people that should be service people. What I mean is, you're going to have a ton of users involved in your HubSpot portal, and you need to keep them organized in a structured way, a way that allows you to manage their permissions and access going forward really simply for you. I'm going to show you how to set teams, how to set permissions, and you're going to be a pro with HubSpot in no time. Let's get into it. Great, so let's first go to the top right and click on the gear icon for settings. We'll go to users and teams. From here, if you want to create a user, you can click on this button on the right hand side and it'll ask you to give the address. Notice that you can also bring in multiple users at once with the CSV import if you like. We'll click next, and I can set up a custom permission set, or I can go ahead and just manually choose every single permission set, or every single permission rather. Imagine how tedious that is and very time consuming, especially with multiple users. Even worse, it would be very challenging to manage those teams and users as they grow. So what I'm going to show you is how do we actually set up a permission set and how do we use it. Okay, so we've created a user, and let's say that for test@gmail.com, I want to give them a paid seat. So we'll go to Actions, click this, Edit User, and we'll go to their access. We can see that they have no seat assigned to them, but we want to give them a service seat actually. So there's Service Enterprise, that's what I have. It'll show as a trial because I'm using a demo portal, but for you, you won't see that trial unless you're actually using one. So we'll save that and we'll go back to all users. And we'll see that now they're on Service Enterprise. So that's great. Now I want to assign them to a team. But how do I do that? If you go up to teams here, you'll notice that I have management. And if you click into it, I've created teams that go underneath it, sales and service. If you don't have those, and you won't unless you've created them, you'll click the create team on the right side. You'll enter in the team name, and you can go ahead and select which users you want to be a part of that team. So we'll do testing and test, both of those individuals. Wonderful. And we can see that we have two main teams, example, and that's all it is. And then we also have management, but management has two sub teams, right? You can be assigned a management account that is over sales and service, or you can be assigned to be just the sales team or just the service team. So now if we go back to users, we can see that both of them have been added to the example team. Let's say that I want to only have these two individuals have access to Service Hub features. So to do that, we'll go to permission sets, and I need to create one since I haven't done so yet. So we'll go to create permission set. And here I can manually choose every single option that there is. Take a look at this, like marketing, you may not want to give them access to ads and campaigns and all that, so you can turn this off. But let's say that files, you're cool with them having access to files. I don't want them to edit the file, but they can view it. That's fine. So I recommend going through each one of these and getting this exactly right. Go to review. You can see everything at a glance. You can select your different users that you want immediately there. And then we need to set a permission name, and we're going to call this one service create. Excellent. We can see service now is a permission set that we can use. So we'll go back to users. So I'm actually going to check both of these guys, and we can do it at one time. Assign permission sets, and it'll ask us to select which one that is. We'll go to service, hit save. Great. So now we have two users that are on the right teams and with the right permission sets. So one thing I would also consider doing is logging in on behalf of the user that you've given permissions to, and just make sure that everything works as expected. You would do that by going to Actions and log in as user. And from there, you'd be able to see all of the contacts and company records, tickets, etc., all the assets they have available to you. You'd see it just as if you were them. It's worth noting that if you log in on behalf of another user, that user will get a notification saying that you did so. So just keep that in mind. You want to be above board and shoot straight with everyone on your team.